ABC News presentation.
Good morning and welcome to A View from the House. I'm Kokeli Tanda. In our program today, we focus on matters concerning the judiciary. We first look at the intentions of the Traditional Courts Bill amidst fears that it could be unconstitutional. We also hear what the government has in mind with its review of the judiciary, following yesterday's release of a discussion document on the transformation of the court system. If we have time left, we recap on member statements. Let's go to our first item. The Minister of Justice has sought to allay concerns over perceived interference with the Constitutional Court. Last week, government spokesperson Jimmy Manyi said there were no holy cows in South Africa, and that included the Constitutional Court. Government wants the court's judgments assessed to determine if it has contributed to transformation. Minister Jeff Radebe yesterday released a discussion document on the transformation of the judicial system.
A review of the judicial system. It includes the Constitutional Court, the highest legal authority in the land, seen as invincible and untouchable. Government wants to review its decisions and determine how it contributed to transformation. It sparked fears of interference with the judiciary. The minister says its independence is guaranteed.
The independence of the judiciary is not at stake. The steps that the ANC government has taken, even the mere fact that we have a constitutional democracy, is due to the ANC. So there can be no valid reasons why people can even challenge the fact of the independence of the judiciary is on track.
Some critics believe the minister was vague on details and the intended consequences of such a review.
Why is there a need for such a review? And if we're looking at the role of transformation in South Africa and the impact on society and on poor and marginalized in particular, one needs to take a much more holistic view and to look at the role of the legislature in terms of the kinds of bills that are being passed by Parliament to achieve that better life, to look at the role of the executive in implementing those pieces of legislation and policy, because those surely have a much greater impact on the lives of ordinary people than judgments of the court, which only comment on issues that are brought before the courts.
It is not so clear actually from the minister's statement what exactly the outcome, practically speaking, this review would have. What laws would be changed, what powers would be enhanced or amended or reduced, or whatever the case might be. On that score, it's still a little bit vague.
Political parties also weighed in. Others reject this proposal, while others view it with caution.
Our view at this stage already is that any honest evaluation of the Constitutional Court will come to the conclusion that it has progressed as far as our socioeconomic rights are concerned, and that it is to be applauded and commended.
This is a nice sounding idea, and I think it is dangerous. It is unacceptable. It is unconstitutional.
I'm extremely disappointed about what is not in the document. There is nothing about the reform of the judicial processes. The judicial processes in this country are way too expensive, inefficient, obsolete, and time-consuming. Justice is a privilege for the rich.
The assessment will be made by academic and research bodies. It will be completed within 18 months. The terms of reference will be announced soon. Manilis Tubase for View from the House in Parliament.
We now turn our focus to member statements in the National Assembly. The DA's Dr. Wilmot James wants strong action taken against the people in charge of an alleged right-wing training camp in Mpumalanga, where white children are thought to hate black people. He called on the authorities to shut it down immediately.
The Commando Corps camp in rural Mpumalanga is a training camp for hatred and racism. It should be shut down immediately. The DA is today making urgent contact with Mpumalanga Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant Tulani Tombela, requesting that he use every legal means available to him to shut down the camp pending a full investigation into what is happening there. We are waiting for a response from the Human Rights Commission to our request for an investigation into the camp. However, Speaker, there is already evidence which would enable the police to act now. Specifically, we believe that the various videos of the camp provide sufficient evidence to suspect that there may be illegal weapons on site, or that weapons are being used by people without licenses. The claim by Colonel Juster that, quote, no hate speech is ever expressed at the camp is quite simply, Speaker, a lie. Films available on YouTube about the camp provide ample evidence of the hate and racism taught there. All South Africans should find the continued existence of this camp an affront to our democracy and our constitution. I am personally incensed with the prospect that this camp is allowed to continue operating for one day longer. This hate camp must be stopped, and it must be stopped now.
It's time for a commercial break. A View from the House will continue in a moment.